Microsoft warns of an Active Directory domain service vulnerability that lets attackers escalate their privileges. Find the article and read it for yourself. I will include the link in the description. So, for the average person, this one's not going to apply to you. However, it's something to learn. So, this flaw was originally detected back in January of this year, and it allows an attacker who has valid credentials to access the domain controller and eventually take over control of it. Now, it's only listed as important and not critical because it really can't be executed remotely. So it means it probably can be, but they have to have a valid sign in and login to get into the network or into the server. And if they don't have that, they can't just brute force their way in, which means that the attacker has to have legitimate credentials, which means they have, conned you out of it, or they have found it on another hack site that has that information listed. And so they have valid credentials to log in. And so with that, then they can create a new user for themselves and give themselves administrative privileges or above. And once they have those elevated privileges, they can do all sorts of havoc. Now, it looks like Microsoft has tried to fix this before, but the problem still lingers. Of course, the way I have addressed this with my business clients who have this type of a setup is I require MAC filtering, I require IP filtering, and my users don't even know what their password is because it's always rotating every day. So for me, every day the server changes everyone's passwords and you have to have the script on the flash drive to unlock it. Works good for smaller companies. I don't know if it would work very well for large companies though. But you know what? The end user never knows what their password is. Can't steal what they don't know.